I'm recording now. This is your mother?
Yes.
And she started all of this
in 2009. She got the idea just because she was driving to Temecula every other weekend because she liked the farmers market there, and she also realized there wasn't a lot going on here every weekend. You know, a lot of people are always leaving town to do something. So just being who my mom is, she always loves to be involved in things, and she's been in business her entire life. She's had her own business for 20 years before this, so she just likes to be out, likes to be creating and doing things, and this kind of started really small. And I'd say in about 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, we really started to see a huge growth. It was mainly from our other vendors. They were going to other, they do about 4 or 5 markets a week, most of them. And they would tell other vendors, hey, I'm at this place on Saturday, it's great, you need to come check it out. And most of them would come, so we grew to a pretty large market pretty fast.
Again, my name is Greg Givens. I'm doing this for, I'm a citizen reporter for Looxcie. I am working out of the donation of the Looxcie Corporation, who donated the camera and everything else. Right now I'm speaking to, you said Doug?
Nick Dupremian.
Nick Dupremian. I couldn't pronounce your mother's last name correctly.
That's okay.
Nick Dupremian. He's talking about his mother and her love for trying to get something started here in the valley and everything else. And you were saying she said she has other businesses. She has other businesses right now.
She came out here as a retired person.
Okay.
But in her career, in her working days, she started out. She worked different jobs. She was a paralegal. She was what was she, secretary for a city commissioner or planning commissioner in New York. So she had a lot of executive type jobs.
Mayor Lindsay.
Mayor Lindsay, okay.
Okay.
And then in the early 70s, mid-70s, she got into the chocolate business by working in a gift shop. Then in turn, she became the manager. And then she looked into how she could own her own shop. And about 2 years after her and my dad met and then got married, they decided to open their own chocolate business. So it started out as her working in a chocolate shop, managing it, to wanting to open her own, and with my dad's help they did that. And she had a manufacturing company that produced all the chocolate, and then they also had, at one point they had 15 or 16 stores nationwide, including they had one in Taiwan, 30,
one in Hawaii and one
there's 4 stores in New York City. That was our major place to be, and then we had stores Chicago, Boston.
So I know it wasn't the climate to make you want to drive out to Hemet. So what brought you out to this place?
When my mom and dad realized they had enough with the chocolate business and they were in a position where they could move on and sell it, they moved to Florida just to retire. And after they realized Florida was a little slower than what they expected, my dad liked it. My mom didn't.
No. Florida's real brown. I was there as when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was slow back then. I mean, we had to drive 30 miles to a McDonald's. So I can imagine what it was as you growing up with them during that particular time period.
It got a little bit faster than that, but still, coming from the East Coast, New York, which is right.
Oh no, everything.
Huge change of pace.
Everything.
So my mom also, she has family out here for 30 years. So when she figured that Florida wasn't working, they decided to come out here because of the family thing. And my mom chose Hemet because she actually liked it. You know, she had opportunities to move to Temecula, Murrieta, wherever else around here. That's actually where her family lives. Her sister lives in Temecula. But she just likes it out here, you know. She liked that it was quiet. She liked that there was a little bit more space and less traffic. And all the other things that people point out as maybe negatives in this town, she's never really seen. And that's the reason why she wanted to start this market, you know, just to add to the community so people would be happy to live here.
That big push, lack for a better word, that you got from the city council to make sure that you were only taking people that were living in Hemet and not taking anybody from anybody else, anywhere else. I know that really hurt you because that really drove a lot of people away from here.
Well,
did that? What do you think? How did she take it in your opinion?
I will say that they were actually very fair with us, city council, and actually everybody from the city. There was people out, you know, other than the city council, the mayor, city manager. They were all very helpful, and they were actually surprised that she wanted to do it. But once they found out that she was serious, anything that she needed as far as assistance on what to do, where to go, they were ready to answer those questions. We have been lucky that we were able to, through all the help of our family, to get this started because it was difficult.
I don't know.
A lot of the money and the time came from our family, but the city was helpful whenever we got to a roadblock to answer our questions. You have to do this, this, and this, and we did it and moved on to the next thing. But as far as vendors being local, they were flexible to the point where a majority of the vendors are from here within maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
Because what happened was you got moved all the way to Diamond Valley Lake.
Okay, no, that's another market.
Oh, that was another market. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought that's why I thought this was that market being transferred there to try to get, because they were so hooked on having make sure everybody that was in here was from Hemet and everything else. And so I just thought that was one of the things that might have made her kind of mad, or made you kind of the family kind of mad.
I guess now that's why when you first asked the question, I wasn't too sure because that might have been the other market if they did hear that. I know that we have emphasized that majority of the vendors are local, and the city's been happy about that, but it's never been anything they've really mandated. The only thing they've asked from us is that we keep a majority of the vendors either being local produce or plants, flowers, with bamboo. But then the other side is the products that aren't food, edibles, anything like that. They have to be derived from farm products, meaning a craft that's handmade, woodworking, sewing, even handmade purses and jewelry. So we have to keep a good percentage of that. We're not allowed to have too much. That's more on the retail side of things.
So to make it more not like a swap meet, to keep it, to make it more like like you said again, a family atmosphere that it's safe to come down to and everything else. I just thought of that thing because that one really shocked us. That drove us away for a while. We didn't know what the heck was happening. We thought you had a big push to go away, and then all of a sudden you got.
Hey Willie, good to see you, man.
You had
last week.
You had a big push, to get away, and then all of a sudden you said, "Come on back, we do need you," because I know you lost maybe a couple people there, but again, it's still been packed and everything else.
Yeah, we've been fine. Like I was saying, I think that had only to do with the market that we're doing at the minute going. But the group that did that, they also held at least one other that I know of that was over at the Valley-wide Center.
Right. I remember seeing that one too. But no, you happen to have the best selection and everything, and the fact that we don't have to drive 15 miles or 9 miles, we can just drive down the hill or drive whatever and come down and see what you have to offer and everything else.
The other thing that I like about it, being where we are, is that people that don't come down here to the library, they're almost forced to, and not forced to, but it gives them a reason to come down here. Okay, there's a library and there's a market I can go to.
Well, I see what you are doing, and I know it's a response to her. They're cleaning up downtown. And to me, that is a great reflection upon your mother and your father and your family, because that was not going to change probably into another 30 or 40 years of bureaucracy and everything else. And as I drove in this morning, I'm starting to see more and more of a change in the shops, how they look, upkeep, and everything else. You have brought the East Coast to the slow town of a semi-slow town of Hemet, and made them almost take pride in their city again.
I think that did happen, especially I know for one of the owners that owns multiple buildings here. He's countless times thanked my mom, hugged my mom, shook her hand, and say, "Thank you for what you're doing. It's giving me the reason to change my building." See me, Drew?
Hey, you got a Swiss Army knife or something with a corkscrew?
The one I know who would have this thing close to that would be Gilbert. I don't know where he is. He just has the knife on him,
Got a cork down in the...
I don't know, yeah. You know who would have something similar? It's like Ken the Jewelry has all those kind of tools. Maybe he has something to borrow.
I think it is as a reflection of what your family has done. You've changed and you're forcing. Oh, I gotta get rid of.
Help. We haven't done it.
No. You haven't really, sat there and figured it or nothing like that. But people, when they're coming from what used to be there and coming to such a nice place like this, and what you set up here, it shows.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, and if I will hang around and talk to your mother about that, but I just want to let you know that it makes me very proud that I'm finally starting to see the change in this stuff right here, because they cry about why nobody comes to shop down here, but you've given them a reason to come down here and shop.
And you know what? It's been an offer transition. I appreciate and I agree. But the transition has been offered because with all the changes with remodeling, there's been some tenants that have left. So right now the transition looks like maybe it's going towards a backwards change, because there aren't. Hey, good morning, guys. There aren't the same stores that are there. There's more shops that are empty right now. And even to me, sometimes I look at that as a bad thing, but I'm glad you brought up what you did. But they're cleaned up now. Yeah.
They're cleaned up now. I mean, they're looking 21st century.
Yes.
Before, I mean, you go look at some of these stores in here and you're going like, wow, did I move back in time? Or, there's a Back to the Future moment when I wake up and it's 1950 again or something like that. But like I said, as I drove down, and you and your mother and your family have done a great service to the city, and hopefully they will recognize her later on for what she's done, because that was an eyesore, and now it's starting to become a little bit better and more reasonable to come down here. Once you get rid of the alcohol and everything else, I think it'll be a whole lot better and everything, a whole lot better. But I just wanted to say thank you.
Sure.
I very appreciate it.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, nice to meet you again, Nikki. And I'm just gonna walk around, and then when she shows me around, but I'll walk up and down. But that's I asked her before everything that was cool. That because again it was something when I put in for a position and I got it. I'm only one of 10 people in the country that got a chance to get this prior program, and the first thing I thought about was this Hemet market area, because again, if it wasn't for this would have not changed, and the vendors that you bring here with such great deals wouldn't happen.
Thank you.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen.
No,
But you take care, and I'll be speaking to you again.
All right,
Take care.
And if you have any issues or anything with anybody, just come up and ask me, and I can help you. Okay?
Okay, greatly appreciate it. I get to work today. Instead of coming to buy food, my wife will be buying it. But she'll be down here later.
Okay.
My name is Greg Givens, and I've just been I'm now a reporter now.
Oh, well.
So if you don't mind, I'm taping this conversation. So what I'll be doing is taking what you're doing and everything else and putting it up on the website.
Yeah, well, definitely. Rich would be. He's much more knowledgeable about our situation here.
But I'm trying to talk about what a great job of bringing in different vendors and everything else. And we have loved your seafood. We've turned it into all different things at the house and everything else. And what will happen is that I'll be putting this on my website, and then it's the Looxcie Corporation, who is the sponsor of giving me the free camera and everything else. They'll go up to their website and they'll go corporate. So anything you say, talk about your business, everything else. If you don't mind me asking you a couple questions, before everybody gets here. So the long drive to come up here with all this fish, is that what really brought you here?
Actually, what brought us here was we moved to Hemet.
Oh, okay.
We're still based in Oceanside.
Oh, okay.
We moved out to Hemet.
Okay.
So when we saw this market here, it's a good local market for us.
Mm-hmm.
The other market we were doing was Corona at the time, but it was a long drive from where we were before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, coming from when I retired from Oceanside, Camp Pendleton and everything else, and we were out looking for a house, and we were like, wow, we get this much house for this much money, we're moving out here.
Because the management of this market is really good.
No, I was talking to Patricia and her son and her husband over there, and
the management's huge.
yeah.
You keep these vendors every week. It's a big
No, when we're talking, basically we were talking about because of what she's done. She's actually starting to clean up the city, because if you notice downtown starting to change. It was an old decrepitated looking place, but now they're getting bigger windows, making it more look 21st century and everything else. And again, vendors like yourself, good quality food. I mean, it's outstanding. You know, I mean, I wish I can eat more. I'm supposed to eat more. Cause it makes me, I won't look like Alfred Hitchcock anymore. But no, I just wanted to know just some of the background what you're doing. So you moved from Oceanside and came out to
here, and then the market that was in Corona was not real good management.
Ooh.
So they were losing vendors every week, adding new ones, and that doesn't make for your consistency.
Correct.
So then in this market, this is consistent every week. Mm-hmm. We're so close, it became a good fit for us.
Oh, okay. So you go down and do you actually go out and fish on the boat? Then
that's what I did for many years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
So now we're moving selling seafood at the market and on land, which is better than being on the ocean all the time.
Well, yeah. Only time I used to go on a boat with the very big boats, aircraft carriers, destroyers, and stuff like that, you know. But my wife has always tried to get me to fish out of the ocean arena, out of Oceanside. Right. But I was still too chicken because every time I used to go to a boat, it has 4,000 Marines on it, and we have aircraft. And I'm not used to that. Filling every rock of every boat, go out there. Yeah, and for a minute there, I thought that was you that caught that 600-pound. Was it Mac out of? Make. Yeah. I thought that was you for a second. Yeah, when I saw it, but he gutted it before it can be actually weighed to be made official. I'm going like, why did you do that? Why did he do that?
It keeps the meat fresh.
Oh, okay. So the money was more important for him.
Well, it's not necessarily a money thing, because in California you can't sell sport caught fish.
Okay.
But if you want to eat the fish, which make goes great, set it out right away.
Right.
Stuff it with ice. Keep the fish good.
So that's he wanted to make money and sell it and eat it immediately. It wasn't about the record. It was actually the fact that he caught such a big fish. Okay, I'm glad you explained that to me. Thank you.
If you did ice it, it would just be like mush. And that happened with sharks. The minute you hook a shark is when the time starts. Because they release weird chemicals in their body through their skin when they get excited.
Or stressed because you're pulling against them. And I know you have sharks, so I know you fish for. Isn't that dangerous?
No.
You keep a 44 Magnum. Keep a 44 Magnum with you at all times in case you have to blow one of them.
But I've been a shark shark teeth in my from fishing on the way back.
Okay.
It's the little ones you have to worry about, not the big ones.
Jumping around, flopping around, and everything else. Oh wow! But how are you managing the business and living here in Hemet? Has it been good? Has it been good for you, or has it been because of the different?
It's been much better. It's been much better because we've got this market which is 3 miles from home.
We do have to do everything in our kitchen.
We don't have to do everything in the kitchen, but with the right prep and the right planning ahead.
No, there's nothing wrong. I mean, I'm serious. I'm making sure all of my listeners, everybody will be hearing this. There is nothing wrong. I would greatly, everybody who hears this, when I put it out there, please come down and check out this wonderful seafood place, because the food is delicious, and I can vouch for it. I mean, he takes the time, he cuts it well. It's delicious. It is fresh, and have fresh seafood that only have to travel 5 minutes away to go get, instead of having to travel, miles and miles away.
He's extremely knowledgeable about fish. So really, I mean, we don't bring out anything that we can't verify where it's coming from, and it's 100%, quality. Because we've been doing this for so long, and we've sold millions of pounds of fish.
We've been doing this for going on almost 7 years.
Wow.
So, and then just the market. We sold a lot of fish. And
So you don't mind me asking, this is your main income then?
Yeah.
Oh, this is your income. Okay.
it branches out too, because what you see here, you get people that come here, they'll say, "Oh, I have a restaurant."
Oh.
By me.
That
So we're working Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're also working during the week, making sure everybody's got their stuff.
Well, people are listening. Hopefully, the people that I hear about looking for stores, they're looking for people to sell fish. Won't you please give these people a try? Because, again, like I said, this is going to go on my website, and then it'll get transferred to all over the main website. But please give them a try, because we need more than 150 Chinese restaurants in Hemet.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we do. It's not. Hemet has come a long way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How long have you lived here?
Only about 6 months, 7 months.
Oh, you love it already. Okay.
We have family here.
Okay.
Friends here.
Okay.
And
That made the transition a little bit easier.
So I've been coming here since I was
his
5 years old.
forever.
I've seen it. A lot.
Oh well, let me give you my card. No. My wife will be down here later on, and I switch to the other side.
What happens is you get 1,000, you get all these cards, and you move, and you got to get then you run out.
Give me a couple of days. Give me a couple of days to get this thing set, because I have to go home and edit parts art and everything else like that. But that's my website, and again, hopefully, people will pick up from what we talked about here, and hopefully we can get some more business to you.
Absolutely.
And again, and if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and say your business. Since I can't, you don't have a card. Go ahead and say what your business is.
Abigail Smokehouse.
Our business name right here on the
We primarily started out as a smokehouse, specifically smoking seafood.
Okay. Do you want to say your phone number, webpage, email address?
AbigailSmokehouse.com.
Yeah, it's AbigailSmokehouse.com.
Okay.
Twitter is Smokefish for you.
Yeah.
And Facebook is Abigail Smokehouse.
Okay. I want to give all the people that I'll be talking to, listeners, to give them a chance to try your fish, because I am a personal fan. And again, you're not, people out there, you're missing out by not having some of their fish. You really are. And again, thank you for the interview. Very appreciate it. Thank you again. Thank you again.
Great day.
You too. You were saying something about you think Hemet should go back and try to do something more about their infrastructure. You were saying again, please.
Infrastructure, roads need to be fixed. This is a town where there's no drainage, which was an original plan with the town.
Oh, yes.
No,
So that means when it rains, your trash can floats down the street too,
Exactly.
and you have to mark it so you can go get it. Yes.
And they're not putting. I have yet to see an actual road crew here fixing the street.
And if they do, they're still coming back to it because the place is still flooded.
Yeah.
I mean, I think where is it Stanton or Stetson in Florida, up there by the Shell station?
Yeah.
I know how much money they spent on that road for it not to be flooded, but every time it rains, it still floods. You know.
But that's just the way that the city is built.
The roads are actually so bumpy. It actually, our personal car, it actually shook our light bulbs out of front of our car. And we installed them.
I actually am not allowed to drive my wife's car now because of that, because I took it and hit the bump and I hit the gas tank but I drive a Ford now and I'm up a little bit higher. I was treating her car like it was mine, like I can still fly off those humps and everything.
I could just see. I would just like to see a road crew out every once in a while.
Yeah, because they're not potholes from the East Coast, which I know about because I grew up in Ohio, and you have the salt and everything tearing up your car and what it does to the road. But
it's not safe either.
But it isn't. I mean, if you like I do, if you drove a remote expressway, it's not safe coming out to that street and everything else.
Well, coming from the coast, that Oceanside, that area, they're always working on streets.
Right.
constantly working on streets. It's just a never-ending deal.
Well, a lot of that money was left over from when we were charging the Marines to go to drive on Camp Pendleton from the bridge, and then somebody said we're using that money for something else, and shut the bridge down. So
to this day, out there still, we go there and they're still working on streets, even with money being short and everything, because there is money that I know goes to cities that's specifically for infrastructure.
And again, I would think because of the economy, and this is just again another personal view, I would think cities like this would need something like they did back in the 60s, 50s, where they did the Tennessee Valley Work program, and they built these. They paid them minimum wage, but they still build something and everything else like that, and that's something.
Well,
again,
city workers, I know I've seen them driving around. I've just never seen them work on the road.
Well, again, we have a couple things that we have to talk about. The last city council where they paid a guy $135,000. It was a seal ceremony. Nobody knew about it. They just gave him the money. It was closed session. Nobody knew what happened, and he got forced to retire, and that was it. And people are going like, we need to make changes here. And they have started making changes by changing some of the people on city council.
This literally is the era of transparency.
Right. Oh, of course.
We're moving,
right.
Whether people like it, we're moving into that more and more.
No more bells. No more bells.
Right. It's banks, it's business, it's cities, it has to be transparent. And that is a problem. Transparency is a tough thing to do for those entities, cities and businesses.
But again, for small towns, it's even worse because everybody's so close-knit and everybody wants to keep everything's so hush-hush and everything else. They don't really want to open up and open the books up for everybody to look at it. Because back when I was here, I mean, they even had closed city council meetings, which is... Oh, my God. Yeah, it did it right in front of your thing. Oh, my God. Oh, well, yeah. Let's see, where did Nick go? Let's take a finding.
You don't pick it up. But yeah, it's the internet age. We can look up things. We can research things.
I'm happy about it. See, when I first got here, we're still at 56K. I'm at FiOS now, so now you can do the thing. But again, maybe like I said, young voices like yourself need to speak out to try to get stuff like this going. So, like I said, as our demographics are changing, because when I first got here, we were still 65 and we couldn't pass a school bond, But as we're getting younger and younger, we can start getting more, we can start getting stuff done and everything else like that. I definitely agree with you.
The only gripe that I have with the city, I totally understand. It was not built on drainage system. Everything has to, drain down this way. Very apparent. However, they've got to do something about this street.
Right. And again, like I said, they can do it. It's like I said, put your priorities in the right thing. You all don't need to have brand new cars. You all don't need to have Blackberries. You all don't need to all have this, that, and everything else like that.
What is the definition of a public servant? Being held
accountable. Oh, I really appreciate that. Seeing some of the bright and most beautiful colors of the Hemet Farmers Market. This is the shop that I'm at right now. I'm taking stills and we'll be taking video of the colors that are so vibrant. And like I said, what brings one of the good things you can always say about where we are and where we're located. And with that, I'll be putting a couple stills in here just to make sure that you get a chance to see how beautiful things are here. And if you do get a chance, I would advise you to come by and see this gentleman about his arrangements and everything else like that, because they are very beautiful, and I think you will enjoy them if you come by. They're reasonably priced, and I think you won't find any better selection or assortment anywhere else around here. So again, this is one of those things that I wanted to talk to you about that has a great impact on our community, to show some of the beautiful side of what we have here. Not just the size everybody hears about, but not to spend the 3 seconds on a media blurb that you might get from any watching any of the other network TV, but to actually come down and see what we have here. And this is very, very beautiful. And again, I think you can find no better deal anywhere else, and you won't find any more beautiful plants anywhere else. And again, this is what we're talking about, the nicer side of the Hemet Farmers Market, and this is what I see, and this is what I wanted you to see, the beautiful side. We'll be going to the dark side sometimes, but at this particular time, we're talking about the beautiful side. And this is a very beautiful arrangement of flowers. He's done a very good job. He's been here quite some time, and he's allowed me to take pictures and everything else, and hopefully I'll be able to do an interview later on about his flowers and what he goes through. But his arrangements are, like I said, outstanding and very, 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 very beautiful.